Well, there you are again. Charlie Greer podcast. Today, a bad storm part due. So, yeah, we had a bad storm. Yesterday I talked about it. One of the worst, probably the worst storm I've ever been through. Violent and loud and all this crazy shit going on. Like what I would say paranormal. Anyway. Um, but yeah, the city did a great job. They got our electric off. It was only off for like 12 hours. Um, Cleaned up. They came around. They helped people out, pulled off trees from houses. And okay. So if you've got a house, what if the neighbor's house, a tree falls on your house? Because that's what's happened around here. It's like the trees weren't. It was the neighbors. Man, they fucked their house up. Excuse my French, but do you use their homeowners insurance? Well, how would you do that? I didn't hear him arguing or anything. You son of a bitch! Your tree crushed my. And they got like a hole in the roof, and their porch is crushed, and the side of the house is, yeah. And well, where Scotty Beers used to live, he good thing he moved out of that place because that huge old tree crushed one car, and where he parked, that would have been bad. He has a big old truck that would have like crushed his truck. So yeah, it was. I still haven't figured out if it was a tornado or not. Will they say? Will they? You think they would? But everybody was out. Again with the chainsaws and this, that, and the other. And the woman across the street with the chainsaw, Fox News from Springfield, Illinois, like the capital of Illinois, came and interviewed her. It looked like prearranged. I mean, she had this like little old. I mean, again, she owns a chainsaw. I don't, but it was small looking. It wasn't even a. I felt like yelling the Charlie Greer podcast, get a little bit of a Central Illinois exposure on the news, but they probably would have cut it out or just did another take or whatever. And that's not like me to be coattail riding off someone else's exposure. But I guess that I talked to my neighbor and they were just like driving down the street looking for people cleaning stuff up, and they picked her. And she's cool. I mean, her husband's really cool. Hey. I bet a lot of people are like, I don't want to be on the news. Because you're out there, this is nothing. People are out there like dirty and this, that. But she looked like she had gussied up a bit. Again, it was, I'm not pointing the finger, but it looked like it was arranged, like prearranged. Did she call? Like, I need to. But yeah, bad storm. And the neighbor later on, my neighbor's dad, my landlord's dad. I was walking my dogs, talking to him, and he was like, yeah, I saw her on the news. I was like, man, I wish I'd have saw her. But I don't watch the news. And my TV, I have a pretty nice TV. I hadn't even plugged it in. I do everything online, or I'm walking my dog. I'm doing this, that, and the other thing. But yeah, bad storm. One of the worst I've been in anyways. Shit. I mean, loud, violent, and again, okay, the paranormal. So I know it's Mother Nature, and again, they're in a ghost storm. But how does this? Talking to my landlord's dad again. He goes, "You hear what happened? They were cutting down this tree. They had to get branches out and this and that and prune it. I don't know what they're doing. Halfway up, they started getting. There was a bicycle in the tree. Looked perfectly. They're like, whose bike is this? Anybody lose a bike? No, nobody knows who the bike is. So they gave it to a kid who needed a bike. Like, where did this bike? Again, it had to be a tornado, man. It had to be. Or what did it get? Those straight winds? Did it pick up a bike like from a mile away and just kind of land it in the tree? See, storms are weird. The shed that got lifted up, that tin shed that was about 10 by 10. I mean, this thing was big. Don't know who. I mean, maybe they do now, but last I heard, nobody could find out whose shed got lifted up and dropped in someone's front yard. Good thing it didn't slam up against their, So mysterious, strange, the bike, the shed. Was the bike in the shed? Is that the thing? If somebody looking for a bike and a shed, I'm my bike and my shed. You got? But we gave that bike away to that kid that needed one, and your shed we tore down and sold it for 10 at the. I don't know. Maybe, perhaps. Let's just leave it at perhaps. But yeah, I'm not used to the like. Welcome to Illinois, Greer. You've been out California. Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm used to earthquakes, and earthquakes are bad enough. Scary. They rumble. Like I can't. There's been times where I was in an apartment building or a house. Can't believe it stood. Like just did flinging, knocking stuff over, and just crazy. Well, I had a huge crack in my last house I lived in Arcadia. I had a huge crack through the house from an earthquake. And personally, they after 24 years, you're there and every year you feel an earthquake. You get to, so right before an earthquake kicks off, about 30 seconds to a minute, I start getting nauseous and weird, like I'm about to pass out. I got to sit down. So I know they're coming. I'm like one of those dogs that knows that his dogs do too. They'll start hiding. I'm like, uh-oh. So it's like, oh, I'm getting nauseous. I hope it didn't earthquake. I was using the restroom one time in an earthquake, and the water in the toilet was, And I'd just gotten I drove from like Costa Mesa to Pasadena, which is kind of a long drive, especially in LA traffic. It was on the weekend. So I had to get in there. I tried to go to the bathroom, and then that earthquake, and I saw it's shit. So Mother Nature, hey, mad respect for Mother Nature. I mean, you're a naughty one, Mother Nature. And why isn't it Father Nature? Anyway. But yeah, the making fun of me. Yeah, look, California, hey, welcome to Illinois weather. Yeah, that's welcome. I mean, I've been here since February. And it rains all the time, and there's bad storms, but nothing like this. Nothing I've never heard. Like someone hit the extreme button, and it was just on. Just crazy. And how all these houses again down there. We got lucky. We got lucky. Because like 3 doors down on my same side, they got a hole in the roof. And that's a nice little house. Looks like Hansel and Gretel's house or something. And they're sweet. Those people are nice. They always wave at me, and they have a dog, Because some people around here aren't too sweet. Let's just leave it at that. Moving on. So, but I talked to my landlord. He's here. They're burning. Again, I told you yesterday about the fire. They had already burned that stuff. It's green. They don't care. Burn it up. I got a fire pit in the backyard. I thought I'd be this summer like Fire Pit City, beers and the hanging out with our lawn chair. No, because you know what? The mosquitoes and those water ox mites or something. You can't. I thought it'd be like, sunbathing, but nope. The mosquitoes are in here. So they're here. And it is 10 o'clock in the a.m. Central Standard Time. I think that's where we're at. And so, yeah, they are my landlord. He's cool. I like my landlord. And he, I thanked him. Thanks for. And they've already got rid of that big tree, the top of that tree that fell. I mean, it was huge. I got a huge backyard. I mean, for one, we share it, but it's long and big. Man, they got to cut it. Hey, done. Good, thank you. Because I thought they would yesterday. They were like, well, about a week. I thought they were going to be moseying about. People are like, well, see, we got wait for the overtime to kick in. And no, they got, I think the electric company were up and down the street. I was like, thank you guys. They're like, yeah, thank you. Like, they really got on it. They did a great job. Is there like a card I can fill out? Be like, oh, they did great, because I would. They were on the ball. Pardon me. Everybody kind of got together and helped out in the city. Got everything. I guess if you put your trees, the remnants of your tree in the front of your yard, like by the sidewalk, they'll come pick it up. But I'm parked right in front of that. I might have to move my car because I don't want them going around with all those tree branches hitting my. Hold on. Hey, I'm busy, Troy. I'll keep an eye on it. Cool. All right. Good luck, man. I'm online right now. All right, brother. I will, brother. Thank you. Live streaming, see. That's the landlord. Well, watch the fire that's in the back of the pit. Yeah, we got a fire pit. I mean, granted, it's built out of brick, you know. And again, I thought that I would be doing fire. Shit, we're gonna have fireball. Yeah, come on over. We're having a fire. No, because the mosquitoes and those what is it, water ox or water buffalo gnats or something. It's an invasive species. Like they've only been here around like 10 years. They're brutal. You will get ate up. And I don't know what it's about in my backyard, but you get deeper away from the house. It's just, and you walk, you can see these things coming out of the grass, like just will go after my dog's face. My dogs, I should say. And then they go in there and they're choking on these bugs. No. It's a shame. I thought I'd be like really having fun back there. So yeah, he asked if I could watch the fire. Now I am the fire master, I guess. No. Yeah, we'll watch the fire. I'll keep an eye on it. So yeah, bad storm. I'm going to talk to other people about their paranormal experience. Because again, I don't know if you watched my podcast yesterday. A lazy boy on my porch, 50 pounds, maybe more, like a big lazy boy, one of those older ones too. It's all gaudy and blue, and it's got the arm. You can like kick it back, whatever. It got picked up by this storm, flipped around, upside down, twisted, and landed on top of my bush. I have this big bush out there. And that's weird enough, but sitting right beside it was this 2-pound lawn chair, didn't move an inch. Granted, it's tattooed with leaves, just, didn't move. That's weird. And I've heard these stories all my life. You watch the news, like, yeah, there was a playing card stuck in a tree, or everybody has something like that. My neighbors, their porch is scattered, stuff's busted in the front, pots in the back. How did it get past the garage? I don't know. Lifted up, who knows? And then that one little pot sitting there with the little sproutling or whatever didn't move. What is that? Is there just like empty vortexes of air? I don't know. Something. Do they study that kind of shit? And the bicycle in the tree. Whose bike? And they didn't even see the bike. Matter of fact, if they hadn't been cutting it, it'd have been up there. Is that how you see those pictures of bikes like grown into trees? Is that how it happens? Like every once in a while, the storm will pick up a bike and slam it up, high up in the tree by 100 feet. And it just grows into the tree. Because you've seen those pictures. I was like, man, how'd they get that? And these the bike's made out of aluminum and metal. Shit. I don't know. I don't know if a tornado touched down. Would they warn us? Because I was talking to people like, well, what happened was it's that cold front that mixes with that hot front, and then all of a sudden that's maybe what happened. Like I don't know. I'm not a weatherman, but I don't want any more of these. For one, you couldn't. I thought about going to the. I have a cellar, and it's scary down there. I mean, it's just a dirt floor. It's old, bugs, spiders, and no, you couldn't have. If I went out my front door, I think I would have been hit by a tree, impaled. Oh, that's another thing. The garbage can that was impaled. And I'm talking about like from the top down, busted out the bottom, the wheels and everything, just gone. And then the other two garbage cans are just sitting there like, oh yeah, don't touch me. It's strange, mysterious world we live in. I'm going to talk to more neighbors and see. I'll watch some clips. I couldn't find any. I'm going to try to find the clip of the lady, my neighbor across the street, who again, I done told y'all there are women out there with chainsaw. Everybody, old lady, they all have chainsaw. And they interviewed her. Maybe you can find. Bad Illinois storm. When was it? Yesterday? Google it or YouTube. There's got to be Fox News. Woman with chainsaw in Illinois. I guarantee you. If you do see the footage behind them, like literally, it would be my car and then that my old house I live in, which is it's a house, but it's split up in apartments. It's like this Civil War era house. This house is old. I like it, but I mean, the plumbing's bad, and hey, the shower is just. But hey, I'm grateful for what I have. It could be worse, but yeah. I've never. You hear these stories. If it would have been a tornado, man, people in a tornado, damn. You've seen the footage where like everything is just kind of like flat and all this stuff. Come on. I guess I'm in Tornado Alley now. I don't know. Hope not. Wonder how that storm did Bill Gates's farm. Because Bill Gates is like the biggest farmer around here is Bill Gates, who's probably never even been to town, never been to Illinois, but he bought up all the farms. 270,000 acres. How's his corn? And it don't look. I don't know. This corn. They didn't have enough manure. Did they have enough? I don't know. It's all yellow, and there's not even any corn on it. It's like, dude, it'd be thick and high, and now that stuff looks all. You know what it looks like? It looks like if I grew some corn in the back, like just don't know what I'm doing. Just put it right there in the ground. And I'm skinny and just it don't look right. These old farmers, did they just get bought out? Did they kind of muscled out? You're going to sell me your farm, or I'm going to. And why does Bill Gates want to buy all the farms? Well, he did buy all the farms. But is there anything he don't want to do? He loves to dip his beak just about everything. He's buying all the farms. What is that? And now he's a virologist. Now he's everything. He's the mayor and the sheriff. I mean, I don't know, man. Is that who we should be scared of? Not like, the media makes it like some muscle guy, like, street dude. Those guys, is it who we should be fearing? Is the guys with the little Buddy Holly glasses that are all trying to tell us what to do and this, that, and the other. Obviously, he's got some kind of mental, I don't know what Bill Gates has. It's like, for one, he's a narcissist, but he's got some kind of, oh man, it's like, when you see a bee with the yellow and the black stripe, it's a bee, like stay away. His behavior kind of, and that's what it's like he's a passive aggressive. He's got something. I don't even know what it would be. And I hate to say it because I don't want, but he's got a mental thing. And just because I hate this world we live in, we're like, oh, I'm wearing glasses. I'm smart. No, you're wearing glasses because you got bad eyesight. Shit. Well, and the guy that lives in America, the highest IQ now is a dude. He's a farmer. Ain't never been to school. Yeah, shit. Or maybe he had. I don't know. We've been lied to about so much shit. Seems like they're lying about this storm that just happened. Like, I mean, well, of winds. No, I saw it looking like a blender out there, man. Isn't that what tornadoes do? Spin? Did the tail did it form and just kind of bounce a few times and dissipate? I don't know. I don't want to mess with a tornado. Dude, weather, water, wind, shit. I think about fire. Fire wouldn't have a chance against wind and water, I don't think. Because for one, the wind and the water would put out the fire and just keep on going. Fire is not going to, what? The rain's going like, yeah, bring your fire on. You know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do? You think about a little bit of rain and wind. No, wind will bend metal and, lift up a shed and throw it in someone's yard. And no one knows where the shed came from. Like, huh? I guarantee you, though, there's some guy like still scratching his head like, dang, my shed's gone and my bike. Because that bike, was the bike in the shed? And they're about a block away from each other. I think it's funny that they gave it to the kid. He needed a bike. Just give it to him. Like, I guess the tires weren't even blown on this bike. It looked like a new bike, I guess. I don't know. I didn't see it. But... Oh, and he also told me that years ago, there was a factory around here. And I guess a tornado did hit. So it mowed down the factory. Like it was just flat, there's the concrete base was left. And but what was left standing was in the break room. They had a card table where they used to, a folding table, one of these little cheap that they used to gamble, play cards on their break or something. And they had a bowl of pennies. So I guess they just, betting with pennies. And everything is gone. And then sitting there is that folding table with that bowl of pennies. How does that happen? Is it just, was it caught in the eye of storm where it's all like safe and a folding table? A folding table, man, you can't even, that shifting, you can't even sit on a folding table. And the bowl of pennies, you'd think pennies would be no. Everything is gone around it. It's just sitting there. I wish I had a picture of that. Does Mother Nature have a sense of humor? Is she just been going like, oh, see? Kinda. Does she do stand-up or something? Is she an open micer? Does she, well, technically I'm not a comedian, but I go to this open mic and I do I don't know. Could be. But there's a lot of when after the storm. Just this, Like there's so many, you can't keep up with it. Because everybody's got some kind of weird story of, and my poor dogs was crazy. I think that's what actually woke up my neighbors, because everybody was sleeping through it. No, sleeping through it. I wish I could have just woke. Dang, what happened? No, I had to live through that minute of chaos. It seemed like more than a minute, but it was really quick. When you're in it and it's happening, it's just like, help me. Again, I didn't know that weather could sound like that, like a howl or a growl. No. Another neighbor, he was at work. They saw a wall of water come crash out of nowhere. And he was trying to figure it out. He's like, well, maybe the roof was flat, and that one part of the flat roof, it collected all that water, and then the wind just picked it up and slammed it. But he said literally it was like I don't even know. He said it was like 10 foot thick and just bam, like landed in the parking lot or something. What? Huh? So I'd never seen anything like that. He lived around here. And they were kind of like, couldn't go. I guess well, where are you going to go? Get under a table. I just laid on my bed. I thought about getting under my mattress, but I was like, dude, then I'm stuck under my mattress with a house on. Because you think, yeah, everybody's a badass until they run into Mother Nature. Oh yeah, I'm this, that, yeah, huh? Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. You're gonna no. Wind and water wins every time. Just submit. Nah, no, I'm not gonna, just hands down. I surrendered. And is anybody around? Again, I'm in Central Illinois. Did anybody? Because they said it was in Bluffs and Franklin and Champaign-Urbana, and it hit a bunch of places. Is that? But again, 2 blocks away from me, nothing. No leaves. No, all the trees are all like no. In my street, got the worst of it. That's what everybody's been saying. What just went down the street? Now, another street about 4 or 5 blocks over, going the opposite. It's going like, because I'm on a north and south street. So it's I think. Anyway, it went down the street like it was a tornado that and the worst part, it ruined a church. Like it attacked the church, this big church. They're still rebuilding that church. I wonder if that had any more. We cruised by and it didn't look like it, but they're still putting on the siding and it, I think this happened last year when it attacked the church. But is that what they do? Do they just find are the houses and the trees kind of keeping it in that it just goes down the street? I mean, how does it know to go down the streets? Like, is there a weather machine? Is there some people like, oh, I'll see with a joystick and a computer? Like, yeah, let's just. I know that sounds crazy, but hey, after last night, anything is possible. Do they have a? Because I know they can control weather. I know they could. But maybe these people are right. Well, see, from the east it was that cold front, then from the west that warm, and so it hit and cold and hot, and it just bam, like perfect storm. Um, but I'm gonna try to find that footage of my neighbor. Again, I should have shouted my podcast, but I'm not. For one, I don't promote my podcast enough. I don't tell anybody when I'm out and about. Never. I'm never like, yeah, check out my podcast. None of that. For one, it's all farmers around here, and it's just not creative people. So I keep it in generalities, like, yep, see, man, I just want to blend in. I don't want to be like Mr. Podcast. There you are. Now, no. And again, I should be promoting my podcast, but I wanted to organically. I wanted to mature and grow as it wilt. Pardon me. But yeah, maybe I'll start promoting my podcast. Nobody's watching my podcast. Maybe that's why. See, I maybe a little bit of promotion, then that's it. You would think that a lot of people would be watching my podcast. I know all these motherfuckers. Excuse my French. I damn near know everybody. Unfortunately, now it's just like shit, man. Yeah, I know you. Come on. But I'm not a social butterfly like I used to be. I'm not in a band. I'm not doing art shows. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just living life like a normie, like I'm a citizen now. So you would think that I'd have no. It's all good. It's all good. And they said last night it was going to happen again. Like, oh no, don't let it happen again. Should I just sleep in the cellar? Just take me and my dogs and some bottled water and of course cigarettes and coffee. The and my neighbor, he cooked. Thank you. I don't even filet mignon. I don't even know what the hell. It was good. I made a tortilla. Hey, so thank you. I don't want to mention name because I don't know if he would, but uh, he's a cool dude, and his dad is cool. That's what I like about. I like that I've met these people that are good people. Everybody has problems. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody's perfect, but then again, we're human, and how we communicate. Because it's kind of like hit and miss around here. Like some people, again, they keep it in generalities too. I get it. How you doing there? Fine, but how you doing, Greer? Come on now. We got communication. Do you know your neighbors? Because when I first got here this winter, they would be arguing, the neighbors, about something like their dog is loose, he shit in my yard, whatever it was. You know. But then again, now they're friendly, and is that what it takes? A little bit of a storm of, and just luckily everybody is fine. Everybody's okay. There wasn't anybody hurt, or I haven't heard of anybody getting hurt. That's what's the most important, is to keep your head up and live through the storms. I'm sure there's probably another storm, which I don't want to do. Oh, shit. Again, comment below. Was it in the Midwest? Did anybody else? Is it storm season? That's another thing that we're saying. Well, yeah, it's so it's fall. It's coming. It's because I'm used to LA where it's just like, yeah, it rains every once in a while, but man, it's mostly sunny and about 74 degrees, and you got hot days during the summer, but nothing compared to like this was worse. This storm last night or the night before last was worse than any earthquake I've been in. And earthquakes are scary, bad. Comment below. Look, I do this every day. Again, this is part two of my storm story. I usually don't rant about weather. I'm ranting about everything. I keep, hey, but I love y'all. I'll be here tomorrow. Be blessed. Cheers.